"Oh my God, he's in the basement. He's coming." These were the last words from Joan to her friend on the phone before she would disappear.
Oh my gosh.
So Joan and Robert Hansen got married and had 3 kids, but she endured like a really abusive relationship and she wanted to get out. Robert would hurt her child so bad that he couldn't walk for like 2 months. So she planned to escape, but she ended up living with her friend Patricia. So she files for divorce, and in August 8th, 1962, that's when she files a restraining order against him. And 2 days later, she felt it was safe to go back to her house to get all her stuff. She returns home and she's on the phone with her friend Patricia while she's getting all her stuff ready. So Patricia would hear Joan scream out, "Oh my God, he's in the basement, he's coming." And a loud scream right after that, and the phone line goes dead.
That's like a nightmare.
And she calls back multiple times until her husband Robert picks up the phone and tells her she's with you, and then hangs up. So it isn't until August 15th, 5 days later, that Robert reports Joan missing, and Patricia proclaimed to the cops that Joan would never abandon her kids like that.
She heard her scream.
Yeah, but it wasn't enough to pin Robert to anything. And he would eventually get custody back of the kids.
Wow.
And he would lie to them and tell them that their mother just ran up and left and found a new family. So it wasn't until later when her sons grew up that they uncovered the truth. They knew about how abusive their father was, and they also had a falling out, and he also disowned them. But Ty Hansen would eventually want to uncover what really happened to his mother. And so if you look into Robert's life right after all that happened, it's actually kind of crazy. He would get into multiple marriages after that and also have domestic abuse violence with them, and then have an incident where he had a housekeeper held in his house for like 3 days. And the craziest part is cops believe that he might have been the Green River Killer.
What?
So the Green River Killer was like this serial killer in the Seattle, Washington area that they lived that murdered 49 women.
Oh my gosh.
But it turned out it was this other guy named Gary Ridgway. And in 2009, Robert would eventually just take his own life. And the worst part is his $5 million estate, he left none of it for his kids. So Ty really wanted the truth to come out. So he wanted to find Joan's body. And there was rumors that she was buried under a barn near the area where they lived. And eventually that barn was torn down and they built a road over it. So they ended up getting this ground penetrating radar so they could see if Joan's body was under that road.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, they couldn't find it, but Ty and his brothers would sue Robert's estate for damages about Joan's death,
Yeah.
and they would only get 100K of the 5 million,